Well, I guess after being on the road for so long and coming home and wanting to work on, new ideas and things, we were coming home to a storage unit or garage. And after what we learned from Redshift, I think we felt like we really wanted to have our own place to create.
So that we could get into the process of making the next album under our own rules and under our own roof. We started with another room, a bit small for what we wanted to do, and then a room down the way in the same strip mall opened up.
And the first one we learned a lot, and it was much smaller, and then we had the opportunity to move.
So we kind of had to start over, but once we got into it, we had a lot of people helping out. It looks a lot better, it sounds a lot better. It's ready to start, producing tracks.
When we were writing Redshift, we had very little time, and that hasn't really changed. I mean, people's lives and the day-to-day, it's very difficult to keep four guys on a singular schedule to where we can constantly be meeting up so that we can accomplish this goal of finishing an album.
The biggest thing about having our own studio space is that we can record at any time, for any reason, as much as we want, as long as we want. It's complete freedom to capture anything. And that's what we've been doing with this record, is capturing literally everything that happens in that room, so nothing is ever lost.
We know that we can come in, pick up right where we left off the week before, or the night before, or whatever it was, and just get right into writing new material, fresh material. And that's totally been the goal.
This band is mostly written in a process that it kind of, instead of writing a huge number of songs and then paring them down to a couple of songs that will end up on the album, this band has always kind of gone through like a vetting process. So what the studio has allowed us to do this time is actually quite literally vet every single note as we're writing the songs.
It's allowed us to collect everything that we want to collect and not lose anything. It's allowed us to listen to ideas that we've captured and be able to think about them outside of the studio and then come back in and look at them again. And that's a major difference between this record and the last record.
We've been very fortunate to have stumbled upon some opportunities to play some really great shows, and it is kind of tough during the writing process to step away from that. But yeah, we did main stage Earth Day Birthday. We had a few tour dates with Evanescence, and along that whole time we've been doing nothing but writing. To me, Jupiter Doesn't Care About You, in a word, kind of signifies insignificance. It's about something larger than you that maybe doesn't necessarily have your best interest at heart.
The entirety of human existence is a blink of an eye to the age of the cosmos and everything else that exists. Are we okay with that? It's just a way to frame something. It's a way to frame your questions. It's a way to frame the answers. And that's all that we have, is questions and answers. We just don't know if we're asking the right questions or if our answers are really truth.
To me, the title Jupiter Doesn't Care About You, it kind of has to do with, no one's going to hand you anything. No one's going to, make it easy for you. It's always going to be, you against the bigger target.
Some of the scarier bits of life, like facing mortality and looking at your lifespan and then looking at the lifespan of, say, like a planet. The contrast is just scary. We're about to go into phase 2. I mean, we've just finished what we call phase 1, which is just the writing phase, just 4 guys in one room, guitars in hand, talking about ideas, listening back to ideas, taking the things that we've moved into outlines of songs that we want to have on this record, and we get to complete them in a way that we've never done before.
For me personally, I'm looking forward to having more of a voice, literally with my voice on this record, finding a bit more of myself as a singer and a lyricist, and as a band, all of the things that we've discovered about writing songs together, to be able to share that, and to show that we haven't been hiding or wasting our time. I think we have something to show for it. But we had to go through all the steps. We had to go through every step or else we wouldn't feel good about it.